What is going on, everyone? Commodore Laz here, bringing you guys my live reaction of In Zero manga chapter 195. Now, the chapter's out over on Azuki. We are here today to read the latest installment of the Hiro Mashima greatness and kick off what is a tag team match, but right now looks like a singles match to start it off between Hermit versus Killer. I'm assuming now, because again, the humans and the half mechas like Jins and stuff, they have like overdrive. And then with the mechas, it looks like to be overclock, which I guess is the terminology to go with based on what we saw with Clown before. But my God, the overclock right now has Hermit going in, going crazy. The design looks fabulous. Love it for her. Hopefully she ends up being the SmackDown. Absolutely just hits. I need a rock bottom. I need a rock bottom from Hermit on Killer. And again, as we know and stuff regarding the Shining Stars and the Dark Stars and stuff, they have a connection to each other. And the one that we saw from Shiki's point of view in terms of seeing the memories and stuff regarding, ether and, if it reaches a critical point, would it be overdrive and stuff? And would it apply just not just for humans, but, things like rocks, things like, whatever it could be. Anything could reach a critical point with the use of ether and stuff. So a lot of fascinating things there. The things going on, too, with LC and Justice, with Aknoella weighing the weights. Hopefully LC has some clothes on afterwards, because otherwise Justice has some allegations he has to fight. But right now, I need this tag match, but more importantly, the singles match to go down and see whether or not we'll get the W for Hermit. I wouldn't mind to see if Rebecca and Weisz would try to be able to come back into the fight afterwards, because I do feel like at the very least it would hype up the Dark Stars even more, that it would require more people to be involved to be able to win against them. But if Shining Stars come through with a dub, if Hermit and sister come through, they beat Clown Killer, I have no issues whatsoever. But for the sake of the growth of everybody else, and just to make sure everyone's on the same playing field, everything's good, I would not mind them coming back in afterwards, Rebecca and Weisz, to settle the score. I mean, Shiki's a different entity in itself. But enough talking. Let's get into the chapter. Chapter 195 of In Zero. Here we are. And okay, so we got the Holly cover. Listen, the sister one went a little crazy last time, but this one, we got the infinity pool. I mean, as she should. But nah, I would not listen. If it's Holly or Feather, I would not be opposed to either one joining the crew. Right? The crew of Edens, we do need a replacement eventually for Witch. I know we have some other candidates and stuff, possibly, but if it makes sense, if it works in the boundaries, moving from Interstellar to the Crewians, I would not be opposed to seeing Holly. It just really comes down also to the Bloody Admiral's Day incident and her resolve against Crow and how that will pan out afterwards. But this cover page right here goes crazy. Chapter 195, Fictitious Story. I think I'm pronouncing it properly. Clarifying the syllables, if possible, in the comments. But a fictitious story. We'll go with that. All right, so right back into... Okay, so I'll say this, though. Mashima, because this is the exact same page we ended off on last week still. But even so, it is still so fire, though. But the overclocking you see there from Hermit, Killer's like overdrive. And I love the look on the eye, because I can still remember the panel, so can I, as do I, or whatever. I think it was as do I. But let's go, Hermit. And she, with that right hand... She went one of these. Bro, listen, she studied the Mike Tyson compilation and went straight with one shot, and she was able to graze. It wasn't like a clean swing. It was like a bit of a graze. You see the smoke and stuff, or at least the impact of the hit and stuff coming in, but it's a little bit of a graze. Love the backshot view there. And she comes, is that with another, she went with a kick? Oh yeah, no, it has to be a kick, yeah. I'm thinking there's no way the arm looks like that when it's being stretched out, but she comes in with the left and just clocks him right. Nah, this is some MMA stuff right here. Alright, I was expecting more of the gadgets than anything else to come into the mix, but hey, listen, if we're just getting hands from Hermit, we take those too. But yeah, nah, she came through with the left. Nah, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it was here or another one, but I brought a Miracle Crow Cop at some point in the last week or so. She might have studied that, all right? She might be a Pride FC fan, all right? She might be an enjoyer. She definitely listened to the Boss Rootson tapes when he was in commentary for Crow Cop and stuff, and she's like, okay, I gotta use this for the tech. But what a kick. Lands, hits in the back, but then Killer's like flipping around afterwards, trying to get his stance, and he looks annoyed. Look at the confidence though on her face. Oh, I love this for Hermit. That's impossible. This is way beyond any of the data I have on her. I mean, the memory thing also doesn't help as well, but we'll get there when we cross the bridge. Yo, Hermit, try not to break everything in the hangar, okay? Like, yo, sister, she's enjoying it. He's like, listen, let's not destroy everything around here, okay? Unless you want to take it to the outside, but inside, let's relax. Okay, Joker boy, you ready to start this fight? And he did. Oh God. So Clown bounced, and I think it has to be because he's trying to do some mickery, possibly. Where did you go off to, you little turd? You will not wander around the ship unsupervised. Wait. I'm getting a signal beginning pursuit. Aha. What in the hell? Oh my God. You know what? Listen. I can't blame him because we all enjoy the Spa of Edens, but this is so random. This man dipped immediately. His sister's on the hunt, and she's like, where the hell does this man go? And he's just vibing out inside the Spa of Edens. Fair enough. If you're going to go anywhere, go there. He's like, you little... I love large communal baths. Would you join me? You think this is some kind of game, punk. Oh, God. I mean, again, with everyone having their connections and stuff, it would not surprise me if... Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if they had something similar before Ziggy came in and just, just made everything just suffer for us. Pokes his head back up. It's like steam coming in. Sister's like, what the hell? And yeah, you see like the aura. There's like some like smoke, black smoke coming out from like the water. Water is life. But in my hands, it turns to poison. I am the death of Edens. And I grant you an inescapable demise. Okay, I mean, if anyone's gonna bypass this, it has to be sister. I mean, it is a little crazy, right? He's polluted. Listen, he's polluted the Spa of Edens. He has to get excommunicated for that. That is a war crime in itself. There are many things you can do in this world that might be overlooked. Tampering with the Spa of Edens, that cannot be allowed whatsoever. So, yeah, sister better go smoke him. And then he transitioned back to Shiki. Fair, fine. Okay, but at least he found Pino and Happy, so that's a good thing. Pino, Happy, are you okay? Master. Wow, Rebecca, she was taken by that murky, foggy... Please don't worry, Miss Happy. Miss Rebecca is still alive. Yeah, we're going to go find her. And what is that thing in the back right there looking over at Shiki? Oh, like a centipede, little like a mechanical centipede, and that thing's just like looking down right at Shiki, and Shiki's like, oh yeah, I get that. I forgot. This man, listen, the Foresta, I really wish I was doing reactions during the Foresta arc. Because, when this man and Homura were after the rescue thing, and then he saw the bug and stuff, he just lost his mind. We've always known about the gimmick, but it's like, I should remember, even mechanical-wise, it doesn't matter. He's afraid of those things. But he obliterates it regardless. If he sees the bug, bang, wham, gone. But did he do it or something else did it? Because you see it, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh, okay, so Weisz is okay. I mean, listen, what happened with him and Killer was one thing there. I thought he was going to be done for a little bit more time, but hey, you know what? We take these two, because they had to have grown these last 3 years. There was no way that was going to take them out completely for a little bit longer, but here we go. Weisz, you're unhurt. All that blood doesn't say unhurt to me. It's not as bad as it looks. My protection matrix blocked most of the bullets. Okay. But I still messed up. I was pathetic. I let him trick me with a hologram of someone who can't possibly be here. Yeah. He almost got me with that one too. This dimension is not safe. Let's hurry and save Rebecca so we can get out of here. Is there a way to get out of here? Well, leave that to me. I think I've got this place figured out. I'm gonna remodel it, the whole dimension. Let's go. Look, man, I love this little connection thing here too now with Weisz and the Shiki, because yeah, they were almost tricked into believing, what they were seeing before on the hologram and stuff as, what their desires, what they want to get back to. Shiki especially wanted to have the people of the Grand Bell Kingdom with him and stuff, Michael, all the people that he grew up with, but knew that there was no way, even which is, pain in my heart. And then after what we have with Weisz and his mom. So, I mean, for them, it's like, yeah, they were almost tricked, but, in Weiss's case, he almost believed it, and that's where the weakness came in from him. And Shiki was more so like him not wanting to fight back at them. Even if it was a hologram, he didn't want to show that kind of emotion towards, even if it's a replica of people that meant something to him. So, yeah, I respect that, though. But, yeah, it's Weisz time, man. And go back to the MMA fight. Here we go. Right hand, straight to the jaw. See Killer with the Gua, and she is coming in. And now, of course, he's gonna go and use the gadgets afterwards to try and attack her. See the little rocket missile things coming out. And bobbing, weaving. Let's go. Hermit just moving, shaking. Oh, let's go. Hopping around. What? When I'm in my overdrive, my ballistics projection simulator is constantly running. Sorry, but your guns won't work on me. So, interesting. So that's what okay, so overdrive regardless. Because I was going to go with overclock and stuff because I figured that would make more sense. But fine. Well, to make it simplify for everything in general, because it would also factor into what Killer was saying before in the backstory and stuff. That if Ether can reach its critical state, can get into overdrive. So I figure for everything else, overdrive makes the most sense when it comes to everybody. So it doesn't apply just to the humans, but just for the robots as well, that they can reach that state too. So it's not like they have their own separate thing. It is all one thing. Your luck ran out the second you sneaked into our hangar. Here we go, code time. You see nothing in there but the buttons coming in or the little markings. Every weapon we keep in here is network linked to me. Oh my god. She just pulled out all the AK-47s, the ACRs, the UMP-45, no silencer, just an FMJ, guns, harvest, and she just starts yo. Yeah, no, you see nothing but explosions going off and Killer just being hit, and he's like, and he's barely standing after all the she's in the rock and roll in the Finn Balor. Nah, Prince Devitt. Not gonna say Finn Balor. Prince Devitt, the real rock and roller. Okay, do you really want to keep going? Yo. Oh my god. She said in the illusion. Bro, he tricked. Wait. Okay, now I've been hit with the crossover, so I apologize in advance if I'm probably gonna think of the wrong thing right away now. Have you been fighting an illusion this entire time? She said in the illusion, poor thing, so proud of your victory, and you have no idea that you're fighting a hologram. Yo, that is insane. That Mashima, that's too much. You can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot be doing that. You cannot do that to Hermit. Hermit was out, she about to come through and get a W, and then he said, Alpha. No. She's putting in the work against the hologram. That is absolutely evil, man. All of that is a fictitious story happening in the program I created. That is absolutely evil, dude. I thought she's... No, bro. Come on. How do I go from losing to being like down horrendous in 2 pages? Man pulls out the cell tail and jabs her right in the back of the neck. The real me is behind you. What is happening? Wait, he got one in the... Wait, he has more than one? Oh my god, no, he does. I was looking, he went for the neck and there's one that goes right for her back. Let the darkness corrupt you. Now, come to our side. Bruh, no. And she is screaming her head off. A virus has been detected. Recovery protocol deactivated. Detecting hardware failure. She is literally being hacked. Oh, what? Yo! Yo, she's the one! Nah, bro, no. No. Hold up, before I even read any further. Listen to me right now. If you are a wrestling fan, the one person probably here who's maybe a wrestling fan, if you know the reverse tombstones, whether if it's Okada versus Omega, Ibushi, whomever it is that Okada's ever faced, when they would just flip over the tombstone pile drivers, this is literally the equivalent of that right now. Bruh. Nah, Hermit Goats. And so it goes in the scenario where I'm sure you think your hologram is fooling me. And that boy was smiling, and then he hit the massacre real quick. He's like, huh? Sorry, but I'm feeling pretty good at like lifelike 3D holograms too. The real me is behind you. Logical arm blast. And she just absolutely decks him with the Tyson Fury knockout on Deontay Wilder, man. Like, bro, love this for her. You have... Mashiba almost had me. And then I saw the page count right there. There's no shot you were going to end it like that. Thought you were going to go with Cell, the hacking, all that. Nah, man. When she goes on overdrive, she's taking the W. That's how it has to be. Let's go, man. How did you know it was a hologram? I extracted the data on your fight with Weisz. Look at the smoke coming from his face, though, from the top. So I was able to predict your battle style. Do you really think you could beat me at programming? But I guess I have Weisz to tank this time. The gold duo. I mean, listen, we have so many gold duos within the group. Witch and Sister, Rebecca and Shiki, Pino Happy, me and Homura, but most importantly too, among all of them. Like, all the groups are great. But Weisz and Hermit, I mean, we saw what happened with the doc and everything that was there. But, that man, look at the resolve too on the both of them. Nah, this is a GOAT chapter. GOAT flipping chapter. Dude. They literally went reversal for reversal. The whole time. Nah, man, that is absolutely lit. Like, Mashima actually had me believing that right there and then Killer was probably going to take the dub. And then she just goes and hits it's, again, either reverse tombstones, reverse German suplexes, whatever it may be. That's basically what you were seeing in this fight. And then she just comes and lands a crazy right hand. Now, the thing is, though, he's been knocked down. I don't know if it's the win just yet, but I would assume that their fight is coming to a close very soon. And I think that once Killer has been defeated, it would also mean afterwards that they will be able to escape. So there's two ways of going about it. Either the fight's going to continue on as it is, and Weisz finds a way afterwards, alter the dimension to be able to get out. But I think most importantly, it's going to come down to Hermit basically being the one to beat Killer. And then because, again, what happened with Wizard in the fight with Shiki, and Shiki was sent back to where Homura and stuff were at the original spot, I think that's more than likely it's going to end up happening afterwards, which would lead Weisz and Shiki afterwards to go and help out in the fight against Brigadine with Homura. So, but then we still need to see afterwards more of the sister and Clown, though, man, because this man was polluting the Spa of Edens with his evil mickery and stuff. So he needs to be taken out, and I have to presume that's gonna be the next one after. Like, if the fight is not done between the likes of Hermit and Killer, then I would have to assume afterwards that this is gonna be the next fight between Clown and Sister. So they'll go at it, and then whatever happens after in terms of Killer being defeated, Weisz, Shiki, Pino, and Happy, all of them will go afterward to where Homura and stuff is at the original location. But then it also depends too, because then I believe, because Rebecca right now is still in custody with Clown. So my whole thing is are we going to start seeing more of her situation in the midst of that fight? Right? So there's a lot of stuff that still has to go down in terms of, just basically just seeing everything play out the way that it needs to. But my God, man, this chapter absolutely slapped. Like, the action went in completely. I mean, it had its bits of comedy here and there and stuff. I wasn't expecting Clown to be in there in the Spa of Edens and stuff. And then, just a little chasing thing there with Sister. But the fight itself here, I mean, we're going to talk about some of the best fights so far in the Kaede War, and I would have to say right now, just literally off the reversal alone, like the switch up reversals and stuff, I think Hermit, it might be a hot take at the moment, but I honestly think right now, Hermit versus Killer might be so far the best fight in the Kaede War arc so far. I mean, I like what I saw there with Elsie and Ziggy and everything, but this one right here, look, I'm a wrestling fan. You're going to win me very easily if you're doing stuff like that, reverse jobs, like heel tactics, all those things, and then the babyface, getting the pop and then just taking over from there. So there's a lot of that I pretty much enjoyed, and right now I would say, yeah, so far it is currently my favorite fight in the Kaede War. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of the chapter this week? How are you feeling so far about the fight between Hermit versus Killer? Like, do you feel the same way I'm feeling right now in terms of it being the best fight so far in this arc? Just how do you see things now panning out? Is it going to come down to Hermit being Killer for them to get out of the dimension between Shiki, Weisz, Happy, and Pino to go back to where Homura and stuff is in the fight with Brigadine? How do you see the whole thing playing out afterwards with Sister and Clown? Do you think that Rebecca will probably be like in between the fight itself, getting to see her whole resolve and like how she's going to try and overcome what she's going through right now? Whether it's the fear, whatever it is in the past and stuff, or, things that she's going to be thinking about in terms of the other worlds. Whatever, how that's going to pan out. Let me know what you think the steps will be in terms of getting to the fruition for that down in the comments below. But yeah, man, no, this right here, this fight, man, like I love it. Like, so far, like it does all the stuff that it needs to do for me, man. So again, thoughts down in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of Eden Zero week in and week out. Ain't no better time than right now, man. We are out here delivering possibly a 5-star classic between, like, the mind of Eden's going in, hopefully getting a first championship belt. I mean, she's probably had the trios titles, the tag titles, and everything, but as terms of single titles, she's about to get her own right here. So, you want to be here for the weekly experience when it comes to that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell Shandora so that everything goes on the channel. With that being said, I will catch you guys next week for 196. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the conclusion of this fight's going to go on. The up-and-coming fights afterwards from there. I mean, I really do think still that Homura and Brigadine may have the best one in terms of pure physicality, but the creativity, the tactics, just babyface versus the heel. It's this fight right here between Hermit and Killer has just been doing it, man. And hopefully the other ones can be able to reach to the levels that they need to just basically show the Kaede War arc. He has nothing to joke around a bit. I mean, like, let's be honest. It's been already a wild arc as it is. The wildest to go to the next stage is still up and coming. But right now, man, Mashima delivering a classic in the making, as he should. Commodore Laz signing off. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care. Going crazy, yeah.